This is part two of my response to Locke and George. That's Henry George, not George of the Jungle or any other George, or George Washington or George Bush or any other George. It's Henry George. Sorry, Georgists. That's what they're called. So we will continue. This is part two. So the nature of land itself is changing. Not only are we destroying old land or old uses and creating entirely new land from what was salvaged, we could also turn any empty space into what we be considered land. We can dig down, we can build up, we can do both. We can raise the ground elevation by moving the lawn and public space to a higher elevation. I mean, you can stack a building and put the street, put a road and lawn and that's ground level. Then you put some dirt down and it's connected to other dirt and it's ground. What has been old land may be in the middle of a store, an office, a church, or someone's bedroom. So you had the old level, the old elevation. Put something on top. You may not have the same floor. Rising sea levels are not an issue, provided that we find some place to put excess water or build effective areas. We can move people too, I guess, both of which are done skillfully in the Netherlands. Doggerland is gone, but more people live in what was left than ever lived on what was lost. So, the people moved to the Netherlands and, and England and all of those lovely places. They took the land. We can do this in Manhattan, and we can do this in New Orleans. The main problem is not the land resources. Space is infinite to a good builder, and humans are good builders. Matter and energy are also infinite in this universe. Yeah, in other words, you can. It's called cubic in science fiction. You can build cubic, and again, you can build it in space. You can build it on planets. You can build it, as long as there's empty space and resources. A space colony is land. The space station is land. People live there. So, yes. The key factor now is how we deploy and develop our humanity. If we do this justly, all other things are possible. Can capitalism do this well? I give it a D- in some places, solid B in others. We can do better if we value people and their potential more. This potential is also infinite if treated with love. Capitalism, by nature, has a love deficit. And this has been part two. It'll be linked to part one, and part one will be linked to it. And there's other links that will go in the description. So we thank you much for your time, or I thank you much. Since this is a me site, not the Center for Fiscal Equity, which is supposedly an us site, but it's also a me site. So I got to get some employees or some partners, and then it'll be an us site. Anyway, there were comments too. Let's see what the comment says. The comment said, "It's amazing that the article can be thought through in the space of a shower." Yeah, I have extroverted intuition, so you can come up with an idea and it's there. So this is one of those ideas, the whole idea of space. So and building. That's the whole This essay started with the concept of building air up into air rides and down into the dirt. So it's space, not land. That's enough out of me for part two. Now we're going to do videos that were older from the fall about God. So yes, keep watching. Thank you much.